Hey, Bandit Icons of Surf. The following video context is a conversation that is based around the Stab in the Dark that just came out with Kelly Slater and his selection that he made, and some of the, I guess you call it fallout after that, which also prompted many public conversations, some of which were discussed on podcasts. Joel Tudor on the Pinch My Salt Sterling Spencer podcast, where he dropped some pretty heavy truth bombs, in my opinion, needed to be said. So anyway, it's I think it's important to hear how this is viewed and received by the actual board building workforce. So anyway, one of our favorite highly skilled color laminators, board builders, factory manager, Nainoa Spire, stopped through and just a couple thoughts. So I think it's cool to listen to, and it really brings home the fact that these are real jobs. This is an art that is built and practiced by the people who really love it. And if we let it go overseas to just mass production where there's no soul in it, it cheapens it. Just my opinion, but anyway, see what you think. Thank you for the support.
The viewpoint I have is, and Joel touched on it, is like, you've got a team of craftsmen with a shaper putting out surfboards, and whether it's Merrick, Rusty, any pro surfer has a crew behind him, right? And so everyone feels like they're part of a team, right? Like a NASCAR team, a Formula One team, a baseball team, everyone plays their part, right? And so you help these athletes achieve something, right? Multiple times, or just, like everyone's like putting in the extra, they're burning the candle on both ends to make sure that they have what they need to go do what they got to do. And then they pull it off, they become iconic. Like, some of those guys were like my favorite surfers growing up. So inspirational.
Robin.
Kelly mainly.
Yeah.
Like I would just like model every maneuver I wanted to do. Like, I want to be able to have that style, that power. I want to be able to put myself like on that much rail. And, you see somebody do something, and, I've been a part of, building surfboards for guys that would go out and compete. And so, you feel a little bit invested, and maybe that's our own egos, but, when they do achieve what they do, you're thinking, okay, like pay it forward, right? Like we're all a community. And then they just exit stage left and go do something super weird. And everybody's just kind of standing there holding the bag like, well, maybe, like, wow, okay, thanks. How can you not like look around at all the beautiful surfboards that are built by so many great craftsmen in our industry, in a local community, supporting local people, supporting fellow surfers, and I think the best thing I should do is just take it all away from that and just get as much cheese as I can get. Like, all right, bro, you're no longer my favorite surfer, but that's just my personal opinion.
Ooh, sorry, Kelly.
Surfing is alive and thriving, and I think as a community, if we just focus on still building good stuff and doing the best things that we can do while we can do them, the cards will fall how they fall, and it's good when people are educating people and putting the hard truths out there, and that allows people to, put their money where they want to invest it. And, I think there's still enough core Lord surfers and people that are going to get into surfing that want to be educated and support the kind of brands that they want to support. And so with that, we're just going to keep doing what we do the best we can do it and forget about everything else.
Boom. Nainoa Spire, everybody.
Man, you guys have so many beautiful surfboards here. That Schroff, that Canyon, shit, even little Micah. I remember when he was literally sweeping and taking out trash at Christensen's. And now look at him. He must have been paying close attention.
His boards are really good. I'm riding a 6.4 of his right now.
As a craftsman, and my eye always goes to the stuff. And as a shop manager, I'm always trying to improve. And like, as a manager, production manager, like I always forget to like take the time to look at all the great stuff we do, because, the team does amazing work Dude, you guys have a Kevin Connolly?
Yeah, glass
Yeah,
skin shape by.
I used to surf with him in Berlin when I was little. Tyler's a great guy, great craftsman, very particular, awesome race car driver. You know,
Well, did you notice? Do you notice what's not in here?
Firewire. It's a touchy subject of like where something gets made and where you're willing to put your money, but I think as a community, right? Because surfing's always been about community. It's always been about, you know, friendship. So I thought, right? And so I think surfing's just gotten to the point to where it's like, just because you surf doesn't make you like a surfer, so to speak.
Word.
Right? Like you're participating in a, you know, in something, but that doesn't mean that you share the same ideals of like the community of surfing.
You got to have self-respect at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's hard to say it like that. I mean,
surfboards are such a unique thing because there's so few things in our daily lives now that actually get built by the craftspeople. I mean,
yeah,
custom race
I think
car
that's maybe
or
about
hot
it,
rod.
right? Like, you know,
Why wouldn't you?
I think Sturls, I love that show. You know, I guess I'm a I'm a little pincher
You're a
salty.
pincher.
I'm a pincher. He was like, who's shaping these boards? That was like, I was dying, dude. But like,
Yeah.
that's true, right? Like,
If
who's
he's here
shaping these
now,
boards?
who's shaping these boards?
But like companies here that get their boards made that are doing mass production, you know, it's still a local guy that's part of our community that
And they're usually surfers.
That's our neighbors. Yeah, you know. And so, I mean, dude, how sick. It's like, I bet you, it's funny to me, like, I wonder if Mr. Alva, when he was younger, was a shaper, he'd probably be a lot like Joel.
Crusty and
Just kind of like, yeah,
Calling
like,
out
oh,
bullshit.
yeah, right? Like,
For sure.
And so that's definitely the skate influence. All these beautiful handmade surfboards by local people that are your neighbors. Like, how would you want to support something that's, you know, made by a stranger?
I guess the
So
difference
it's
is
like,
is there anything wrong with the transparency? Because I think that's what the core of Joel's argument was, that there's not transparency. They're marketing these boards as if they're real.
yeah,
like
I think in the
same
beginning
as,
they used like the future because they put some balsa on the rails, but weren't
Right.
all boards built with balsa at one point. So it was just revisiting, which we're always doing. But and then the whole sustainable thing, right? So it's like,
and the fact that the cost is so far off of what the price that the customer pays is crazy.
yeah, like if I was gonna buy a Firewire, I'd walk in and be like, I know you get this, like a car deal. I
Yeah.
know you get this for this. I'm not paying more than $100 over.
Exactly. Factory manager at Moonlight
What I'm most
Blasting.
proud of now is like how many guys I've taught.
Yeah.
Right. Like I can look at some of these boards and I know that guys that I've been able to, you know, not influence, like teach, like literally teach and watch me do stuff are now like contributing to the industry. And
If you were to pick one board out of here that you wanted to ride more
that's
than
a
any
great
others,
question.
new or old?
Like in my current state of being an old dad, bod, making sure that my kids are raised right. Like, okay, so 2004 now, I'm probably riding. The Christiansens are pretty sick. And I don't mean to be biased. I definitely give Micah's board a ride because, you know, they look good and I'm sure they work good because he's been around all the right people to be tootled to understand what he's doing.
Oh, they work good.
Yeah. Anything with a Villalobos glass job just so I can walk down the beach with it under my arm and
Ooh, there's a couple in here.
longboards. Okay, so like smaller day, I'd probably look for the piggiest thing you've got because I love pigs. I love like the narrow nose feel when you get to what's that board with all the restoration and that looks kind of
That's
piggy.
Early, maybe late 50s, Velzy
Yeah.
Jacobs.
I'd want to ride something with that outline. It's
12
pretty
foot.
long.
Yeah, 12-footer.
Yeah. That Weber.
67,
Yeah.
stringerless.
If we're going longboards, I'm going there. And then if, you know, anything contemporary with a similar outline, shortboard, you know, you can't go wrong with an Everly twin fin.
True.
Maybe that's why it hurts the most, right? It's because it's like one of the greatest surfers of all time just kind of went, I don't care about the home surfboard community. I touched on it real briefly in an interview I had done. Like, if I was Kelly Slater, I would have all my boards built in my hometown if there was a place to do it.
Wouldn't that be rad?
Yeah, like, because then you'd be like the freaking, not only are you the greatest surfer of all time, or one of them, now you're also like somebody that like lifted everybody up. Right? Rather than just a few people. But, you know, it just all depends on what kind of mark you want to leave and what your legacy is going to be. Or even just said, I'm going to make Kelly Slater surfboards, but I'm going to make them in Florida. Like, how stoked would all the Florida guys be right now? They'd be killing it. They'd be riding the gravy train of building as many surfboards as they could build, you know? And so that's the lens that, as a craftsman and a surfer, I look at through things. It's like, okay, how are you impacting people around you that are part of your community? And I think that's why there's some pushback.
I think there's room for that.
Yeah.
Everyone has a choice. You get to pick what you want, and if it's something you don't care that much about, then there's nothing. Yeah, go buy the equipment that is best for you.
Yeah.
But all this is available to you. You
That's
get to talk
true.
to your glasser and your shaper and your sander.
And there's so many great, you know, Icons has, you know, been a huge supporter of the work I've done for a long time. So I've always been super appreciative of that. And there are a lot of great shops around the world that have also done that. And, you know, go to your local surf shop, talk to the people that are, you know, have the knowledge, and get educated, get schooled, understand if you buy this board, what are you supporting? And if that doesn't bother you, then, you know, hey, that's okay, right? That's the great thing about America. We're free to make the decisions we want to make. And so as a surfer, as you evolve, as you start to, you know, want to experience different surfboards, you know, do your research. And I've said that over and over again, you know, and, you know, there's just so much great locally built stuff.
And then you get to say, my board was laminated by Nainoa Spire.
Or Mitch King, or Alex Villalobos, or Micah Buttes, or, you know, I think Tommy Kroll's doing these green room things. That's a kid that's come a long way. You know, whoever, like the guys at GNS, Tim Crozier looks like he's getting pretty radical. Like, there's just a lot of really talented people in our community.
So why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? You should. We've got Tommy Kroll in the house. We just had Eden Saul in the house. We've got, you know, Noah and Charles with Takayama in the house. Got GH in the house. We've got Chris in the house. We've got just a rad team and a great group of craftsmen. My name's Nainoa Spire, and I get to build surfboards with amazing people. And just thank you.
Nice work, Nye.
Thank you.